Nick Bosa, probably going to make a lot more money than Deebo Samuel, hasn't said a freaking word publicly about this. Or he blocked me on Twitter, so I can't really say for sure. But I think he hasn't tweeted about it. Do you think Nick Bosa will bet on himself or take the Niners offer? And when I say bet on himself, I mean like do what his brother did and just wait until after his 4th year to sign an extension, because theoretically, with inflation being what it is, and you might get more money in the future. What do you think?
Yeah, the last thing we heard from Nick Bosa was that as far as he was, he wasn't worrying about all this contract stuff, right? He said that he let his representation handle that and all that kind of stuff. As far as him betting on himself, if I was Nick Bosa, given his history, I would think that, I understand that it makes sense that he's going to bet on himself like his brother, but Nick Bosa doesn't have a history of doing it year after year after year. He's been very up and down going back to his time at Ohio State.
He's not Joey Bosa.
No,
he's Nick Bosa.
Yeah, and he hasn't had back-to-back solid seasons. 5 his freshman year, 8 his sophomore year, then 4 when he got injured. Yeah. Big rookie season, injured. Big season in year 3. So and when it comes to Nick Bosa, I'd say betting on himself makes the most sense from if he feels like he's going to be healthy this year, then do it. But for him, it might make more sense to get that deal done now.
Right, because if he were to not do it now and go back and get injured, which has been his pattern, and if it was a bad injury, it would be like a catastrophic mistake. So I think from his perspective, he has to look at himself as a whole different entity than his brother. And I think what's best for Nick is to cash in right now, because he could probably get more next year. But frankly, his stock is sky high. I don't think it could be any higher. And I don't think the Niners are going to be driving much of a hard bargain. I think they're happy to make him the highest paid non-quarterback in the league, the highest paid player on the team, $30 million a year. I just wonder if I think they'll pretty much have, I don't think it's going to be a very difficult negotiation.
We know it's going to be a big dollar deal. I think the parameters are already out there, kind of similar with Deebo Samuel in a way too. I mean, the parameters have all been set by the guys around them in terms of their ability levels. With Bosa, it's just going to be a big number that right now they can't do. They can get Deebo done now, but they can't get Bosa done right now because of Garoppolo being on the roster.
Yeah, that's interesting. And I still, I guess this whole thing with, let's talk about Garoppolo being on the roster real quick. I guess we're all waiting on the Browns. And from what I understand, this is how it works. If the judge, Sue Robinson, gives Deshaun Watson any punishment, anything, 2 games, Roger Goodell can extend it as long as he wants. If she doesn't give him a punishment, then nothing the league can do. He's out. I mean, he's free to go to the Browns and go to camp. So I would imagine the judge has already made up her mind, but it's a very touchy subject. I mean, she's going to get criticized one way or another, and she's probably already written 30 pages of her explanation, but she's probably going to release it maybe in a week. But she has to do it before training camp in case she decides that the league can't punish Watson and got to give him a chance to go to camp. So I guess that's where we're at right now with Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, kind of stuck in a holding pattern on the Browns at least, and that doesn't sound, from the reports that I'm hearing, and you're hearing the same ones, I'm sure, it could be anywhere from 2 to 8 games. I don't think that's enough for them to want to move on a Jimmy Garoppolo. I think it would have to be a full season suspension really in order for them to make a move there.
But again, from what I understand, if the judge says 8 games, Goodell could say, "Great, now it's a year," and then Deshaun Watson sues, and then it gets really, really weird. So I'm not exactly sure. Maybe the Niners feel like the Browns are just going to, trade for Jimmy in a week. Maybe this is all going to get resolved next Tuesday. I don't know. If not, it's going to be hard. It's going to be weird what Lynch and Parag are going to have to say to Bosa and Deebo's agents. Look, guys, we just don't have the money. Sorry, we thought we'd have it, but can we write you a check?
There you go. Can we write you a check? We'll date it for next January.
Don't cash this until next year, please.